Hello and welcome. This video is about the Great Ocean, and you're gonna see the storyline, tips and tricks, and all sorts of information. But first, I need to explain how this video is gonna work. So first of all, we're just gonna sit here on the world map, and it shows you the Great Ocean right there. But I want to explain. This video is like a book with chapters. You should notice little indentations in the video stream. These are sections you can go to that tells you the tutorial guides on how to do anything in the beginning for the Great Ocean. So in my description of this video is the timestamps of where you can find it, and you'll also see it for reference. So that's going to be in this video, as well as all sorts of things that I learned that I want to pass on to you from other people, and just make this whole experience very easy for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with explaining how the Great Ocean works. Here we go. Okay, so once again, this is where the Great Ocean is at. Let's go ahead. When you tap on it, it will say you must complete the story, My Very Own Ship, to enter the Great Ocean. However, we need to go, well, there's the storyline, yes, and finding Hannah is where it starts, but we need to go back even further. How do you even get access to the Great Ocean? So what we're going to do is show you a level 1 character and what they need to do to get access to the Great Ocean. Here we go. So whenever you're starting out, you always want to go here, open requirements, and you will see all of the storyline and bosses you need to defeat to unlock all the things that are in the boxes on the right hand side. You can see that I have completed some stuff and I still have more to do, but our focus here is where you need to get to unlock the Great Ocean. That's here. North Valencia, defeat Cadre Gatekeeper. Once you do that in the storyline, then you unlock the Great Ocean, and then you unlock the statue that you could put in your camp that buffs your party, your family members, AP and DP, as well as yourself, the main character. So from here, let's go ahead and go back now and get the storyline for the Great Ocean started. Here we go. So this is the point in the video where you get to decide, do I want to watch the storyline and all that progression throughout the whole video, or do you just want to get to the tutorials and each section and skip right to it so you can refresh yourself on how it works, or you're at a loss for time and you just need to know how to do each thing, and then you'll get to the rest of the video later. So I'm going to provide commentary throughout the video, but this is that moment where you get to enjoy the storyline with me. If you're doing it with me while you do it for the first time and you're watching this video. Otherwise, I'm just going to kick back and enjoy the storyline with you all over again, so we can make sure that you have all the information you need. So here is where it starts. And this is just a reminder that you're over here in Balanos and you're in Velia, and that's where we're at, so we can get the quest line started. And you'll see that Hannah is right over here. So if it seems like it's slow at times while going through this, it's only because I'm looking at the whole screen. I'm looking at all the details, like the details on the fishing boat on the left side of the screen, and reading the information that they have here for the crew list, and just making sure I absorb all the information they're trying to show rather than just quickly going through it and, as Hannah said, regretting it later. So if you're noticing that the tutorial sections are kind of slow, it's because I'm just taking it slow and learning everything I can. So I hope you are too. And there you have it. And at this point, I was curious as to what auto load was, as well as the load cannons. So I think I clicked on it and noticed it didn't do anything. Yeah, well, there you go. You must improve your ship to use it. Um, so it's just a feature I don't know anything about at this time. I know what it is now that I'm through all this, but wanted to see what the different types of ships are, you know, at the different levels. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. They look really good. Really nice big ships. So I'm excited to get going, but in the meantime, I have this little dude with one sail. We all do. And here we are out to sea for the first time. Let's go ahead and complete these quests that we have here. So, to the sea. And when I do that, I wanted to take a look at the rewards and understand what steel is used for. It's used for reinforcing cannons. It can be attained by completing stories, repeatable quests, exploration logs, deliveries, wanted missions, or treasure recovery in the Great Ocean. So, lots of good stuff, but for cannons for now. And the other one, I don't know why it says used to reinforce gloves. Yeah, don't know that one. But same thing on how you can obtain it. So we will figure out the purpose for plywood, probably to reinforce the ship in some manner. So now we get to continue the storyline. So it should be noted that as we are exploring to go to this island, I am not sailing the ship. It is on autopilot because Hannah is sailing the ship for us. Her purpose is to take us through all of the basics. And in the meantime, I wanted to open up the map some more and kind of see where this island is, what that we're going to. And here we are. And at this point, if you're asking yourself, why do I need to go through all this? Why don't I just go out there and fight and do what I want? It's important to know these basics, and everyone that I've talked to, including the person who showed me, says you gotta go through these storylines. Okay, so at this point I want to let you know that when you go to these fishing hotspots, it takes stamina, and I will show you where that stamina gauge is towards the end of this video, where I explain the interface. But just know that we're still fishing while we're reading all this dialogue, and if this moment actually was to take up stamina, it would be chewing through it, not very fast, but it definitely would keep going. The other thing is you can fish anywhere in the Great Ocean, so you don't have to do a hotspot. You'll just get better quality fish at a hotspot. So at this point, from what they said, it looks like we need to start up the treasure recovery aspect of the story. So that's where we're going now. And let's learn how that works. So here is the point I'd like to add more information to the treasure recovery system, and that is it takes stamina to recover treasure. However, if from all of the pros out there, if you're going to do treasure recovery, you're better off going after monsters that are violence. They on the map look like a red star. So you can try to recover and you can see what you get, but it's highly recommended that once you see that it's just garbage loot, and it's okay, but it's just eating through your stamina, it'd be best to go after the violence. So let's keep going and learn some more. So there's something that's going to happen on the way to Levy, and that is you'll see these boxes floating out in the ocean. This is free loot, It doesn't cost stamina, you just sail next to it, and there it is. You get a log as a resource or any other type of resource, but it's important to point out that these things are out there, and it'd be best to just sail next to it and collect free loot. So here we go for Levy. So along this path in this quest, I was wondering, why are we doing a fish delivery service? I'm trying to learn how to sail and play the great ocean, but I realized that every task that you're sent on has a purpose. And for this guy, it's going to show you something new. Unfortunately, I totally skipped right past what they wanted to show me. And that is, we sailed to the island. That island unlocked and opened up an area on the map. So it's encouraging you to sail and explore all the islands that you see so you can open up the fog and make the map more clear. Once the map is completely open, it stays open. As far as I know. I hope it's not like the Great Desert where everything moves around. We don't know. Not yet. But for now, exploring is what was the point of that quest. So what I'm going to do now is fast forward it. The quest is to go to our first port, and that's going to take a little bit of time, so I want to save us that time and just get us as we're going right into the port itself. So here we go. This is a good point, or excuse me, a good part to point out that when it gives you an option like this and there's a quest that needs to be completed, sorry guys, I'm gonna go see what the quest completion is about, and then we can click on this again and get the box back and go ahead and dock. I'm also gonna cut out the loading screen. Here's a good part to point out that blueprints are what you want. So we spent a little bit of extra time to click on this blueprint, and it is your next ship, which is a level 2 ship, the watchboat. So that's what you're after, and from what I'm guessing, I'm pretty sure it's right, it's level based. So you need to qualify and be a certain level and go through the storyline to receive a blueprint for your next level ship. And what we're also noticing right now is that the quest reward has given us our first cannon and our first bow frame, which is reinforcement or health for your ship. So now that the tutorial is completed and you're supposed to leave port, I wanted to spend some time to just look around the interface. And this is the screen and fittings where you upgrade your cannon and your hull or your ship health. And I'm noticing the material that it's needed to enhance. Before we click that button to leave port, let's go ahead and pay attention to where it says set sailors up there. We need one more to make it 3 out of 3. I'm going to hit auto placement, but this is also a good part to point out that you want to make sure that the people that are in your merchantry are not part of your crew list. So double check that when you can. And here we go. So the location of where the cannon practice is a bit long. So what I'm going to do is just have the ship leave port here. and then we'll just cut right to the area where they wanted to take us. So that's going to be happening real soon, so you'll notice the difference. I just wanted to not have you watch a long video of me getting there. So I'd like to take this moment to cover some tactics and information with you before we proceed to the remainder of the video. So I'm going to bring up the first slide. Here we go. I would hope by now that you've gotten comfortable with navigating and moving your ship. When you do, then the best tactic is for any creature or pirate that you're wanting to attack, it's to circle around your opponent, trying to kill, remembering that your cannons fire from the sides of your ship. So as you see in this slide, this is a tactic that a lot of people know, but if you did not know, this is how to best defeat your opponent, causing minimal damage to you, because they're always trying to turn and you're always facing them. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. I wanted to make sure this was clear, and that is when you bring up your sailing guide, you will see that you are starting out in the Arsha Sea, and this is where your tier 2 ship, working your way to get tier 3 to enter the Ross Sea is your next step. So visually, you're in the Arsha Sea and you're going up to the Ross Sea, the Margoria Sea, I believe that's pronounced, and the Jura Sea, which right now we know that tier 4 is possible. Tier 5, I don't believe it's out yet, or access to that sea, but you should be aware of the ocean map. And with that, we're going to return now back to the storyline, and what it's going to show is that you're gaining experience leading up to the next tutorial. Here we go. So what they're doing is they're giving you a break from quests that are A to B, and they're showing you a storyline. It's between Robert and the other gentleman, and what the story unfolds as you watch their dialogue and as you perform the quests that they want you to do. So this is Nicholas was the other guy. So this is what is happening right now, is this story between these two, and how, like I said, how it finally unfolds to allow you to move on and get to that next tutorial, which I believe might be the last tutorial, and we'll go from there. And it's also worth mentioning that these quests, from the minute you met these two gentlemen till you arrive back at the port, is designed to give you experience, so that you have experience and materials and a good handle on how to do combat with your ship, so that they can introduce the next tutorial to you, and it'll get you excited, because once you know that, you'll be finally done. You'll know almost everything aside from the things I want to show you. Everything to get out here and kick some butt. So that's what's going on. Again, is we're just trying to get through these kill quests. So what I'm going to do is speed it along, and we'll just show you that the quest was accepted and the quest is just about finished to finished, so that you're not sitting here watching that entire section. This is all based on you and your performance and what you choose to do. So let's go ahead and start after this point. We already defeated and completed Lost Belongings. So this is a good point where we need to defeat 5 creatures, and we're just gonna skip to the end and show you that it was done. So here we go. Okay, we're in the final moments of that quest being completed, and there it is. So we'll just go ahead and complete it and keep the storyline going. And here you can see that advice I gave you on the slide about circling around your opponent in action. So basically, for what I'm using, it's the PC emulation. I just press up to move the boat up, and I move the camera. As you can see, my arrow, or my cursor, moving to the right. I'm strafing around or circling around because I'm moving the camera around. So that's how that worked. So now that the story has unfolded to you, and you now have all the materials and are advised to go back to port, we're going to speed that process up of getting back to the ports so we can continue with the video. Here we go. So what I'd like to show you now is the process of enhancing your cannon. It looks like green can only be done 3 times, and once you use your 3, then that's it. Whatever you get is what you get. We have enough materials. Here we go. Now, for the purposes of this video, I did not do the remaining attempts. I wanted to just continue with the storyline. There's more to do. There's finishing up the cannon, as well as the hull or the health of the ship, and doing that as well. So now it looks like we'll be able to work with the load cannons feature, which looks like we need our cannons to be 200, and it's showing you the materials needed to load it. And there it is. It's now grayed out because you are at max. And the auto load feature, it'll just auto load it from all the materials that you currently have automatically, so you don't need to micromanage and do it each time. So very nice features, and at this moment in the video, now we understand its purpose. So we are getting towards the end of the video, and I wanted to cover a few more things before we get into the final parts. And that is with a slide. Before I do that, yes, the ship parts that you get from missions help you upgrade your ship dramatically. And you see where it says blueprint. So this is what you want to do is the missions. So let me go ahead and bring up that slide. Here we go. So take a moment to look at this slide, and if you need to pause it, please do pause the video. I wanted to make sure that before you leave this video, you understand the whole interface. So I took the time to outline what each part of the interface means. So starting from the top left is the special fishing spot. It uses stamina. The quest location, the 3 buttons on the side, enable outlaw mode, ocean map, and map. What a normal monster is and a special monster. This is where you get lots of EXP. So I do want to take this moment to just do a shout out to a really awesome person I watch every day. His name is Xanttu or Xanttu, and I'll just show you his picture real quick. And here he is, and you can see you can reach him at twitch.tv/XanttuStream, and really knowledgeable person. As a matter of fact, most of the, if not all of the knowledge that I am sharing with you came from him, because on day 1 he went from a starting out to a tier 4 boat, loaded, and just really awesome job. So I wanted to give credit where credit's due and give him a shout out. So once again, if you don't know about this gentleman, please go to twitch.tv and check him out, XanttuStream. So let's go ahead and get back to that interface, and I'll explain the rest. Here we go. Okay, we left off with normal monster and special monster, and the reason that I'm highlighting the special monster is when you get out there and you're doing your missions and the storyline and such that ask you to kill monsters, it doesn't matter who it is. focus on the special monsters. They're called violence, or on the map they will be a red star. Don't go after the normal monsters. Trust me, trust Xanttu and everyone else. Go after the special monsters. You won't regret it. You'll gain levels like crazy. Wind speed and direction is all the way at the top, and then going to the bottom left is your directional pad, obviously, and then your auto fishing and auto attacking is to the right, and then below that is the ship speed, ship health, and your buffs, whether they're active or non-active. Above that is your stamina visual bars remaining and the stamina percentage remaining. Everyone goes off of the stamina percentage remaining. So keep an eye on that when you're out there, because once your stamina is done, you have to wait a week for it to reset, and you'll get 100% starting over again. So every week it resets, so be aware of that. We have cannonballs, Black Spirit, the repair kits next to the Black Spirit, and then to the right is ship speed boost, manual attack button, and cannon selection. You do tap it to expand it out, and as you get better ships, tier 2, or excuse me, 3 and 4, and so on, you'll get more skills to use with your cannon. So that's why they tap to expand it out, to decide what attack you want to do. So with that, let's go ahead and move towards the end of the video. So now that we are on land and our Archmage is ready to present the last bits of information, that would be what we did in the storyline. So I want to show you how far we progressed through this video and what remains. So as you get all the way down, we're here. Equip a cannon that is upgraded to +9 or higher. So I will leave this to you, and it looks like there's 5 left to go before the storyline is done for this. So one more thing to tell you, and let's go ahead and move on to that. And that last thing is to go all the way up here, and you notice how it says fish delivery available. Do not forget, this is a section of Great Ocean. You can go and exchange fish. That it's a daily reward, a delivery reward that you can turn in for more materials. So as you can see, we did get one. It's in there somewhere. I think it was the nibbler. Yep. I could turn this in and get these materials and coin. So don't forget about this. And it looks like you sign a contract to deliver more if you wanted to. So this is another avenue for you to gain experience, or if you're looking to do something on the side to break the monotony. And let me go ahead and go into the outro now. And congratulations, you made it to the end of the video for the Great Ocean. I do want to say thank you very much for watching this video. I'm always making more videos. If you do like it, the videos that I do, please subscribe, like, share, let people know. Always making more, and happy to do it. So without further ado, thank you once again, and you have yourself a great night. Take care. Bye now.